We good? What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Real Estate Revolution. I'm your boy Mike Jacks with LPT Realty, based out of the best city in Florida, Orlando. And I got my co-host with me, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's up, everybody? Eric Berry here, Rocket Digital Marketing. Glad to be on this fifth episode of Real Estate Revolution. So good to be here, Mike.
Amen, amen. And also, we got to give a shout out to our guy Randall in the background. You know, y'all can't see his lovely, handsome face, but he's in the background doing his thing. And make sure you guys hit the thumbs up and the subscribe. I'm gonna repeat that in a minute because some of y'all ain't listening. So we got two special guests with us today, and I want to make sure they introduce themselves, because I'm gonna roll out the red carpet for these two. We got one of them coming back on the scene, and we got another one. She's about to represent. Ladies first. Go ahead, my sister. Let's introduce yourself. She muted. Let's try it again. We're gonna roll out the red carpet. I think it's muted on your side, sis. It's still muted, huh?
See, it doesn't show muted. Well,
yeah, it's not sure. It was working earlier too, and that's the beauty of technology. When it doesn't come through, it doesn't come through, but it works when it works.
Wendy, if you can hear us, you might want to just jump off. Oh, I see mute. Maybe jump off, jump back on.
Yeah, sometimes that helps too. If you come out and come in, maybe we can try that.
Have you tried resetting your computer yet? Oh, there we go.
Well, we're gonna get to the other man while we get that figured out. So we got our guest coming back, and we're gonna let him introduce himself in case you missed him the first time. Go ahead, my brother.
Thanks, Mike. My name is Ryan Carter. I'm with Imagine That Photography. We handle all your real estate photography needs in the greater Orlando area. Give me a call when you want to sell your house properly.
Right on. There we go. We got you back, Wendy.
Yep.
Yes.
There we go.
Hey, that's the magic trick. Come on. All right, so since you back, my sister, let's roll out the red carpet for you and let the people know who you are.
So my name is Wennevill Regalado, but I go by Wendy. I am an interior designer here in Orlando, but I do travel for my clients. So I go all over the U.S.
That's what's up, guys. So we got my photographer on. We got my homegirl. She does her thing. And we're going to get into it, guys, so you guys can learn a little bit about what these local, lovely entrepreneurs are doing in their respective fields. So we're going to start with ladies first. Wendy, so I know you said you do some interior design. Can you tell the people who don't know what that is a little bit about what interior design actually consists of, like a little bit about it?
Interior design can be many things depending on the project that you have going on. I mean, I can help you with as much as building a home from the ground up to just doing something as simple as decorating your home.
Got you. So with that being said, for decoration of home, how did you even get into that? Like, was this something that, did you watch some HGTV and said, I could do better than these chumps? You know what I mean? Because they just bringing people on TV, talking a whole lot of nonsense. How did you get into this?
You know, the funny thing is I've been helping decorate homes and even a wedding when I was 7. I've always had a niche for art design. I mean, art is big in my family, and I don't think interior design is something that you can learn. It's just an eye that you have to have. So the way I got into it is I obtained my degree as a paralegal, decided I didn't like that, and I'm a woman of faith, and I prayed on it. And for a long time I wanted to do this, but I wasn't, sure how to start the business and what so on. And my ex-husband was in real estate. I started researching staging, and that's how I got started.
Wow. So for you people that don't know, she just dropped so many gems. And one of the things that stood out to me is she found her niche at 7 years old. Y'all know, I'm not going to tell you how old I was, so I found my niche last year. So, so I kind of feel embarrassed right now just hearing that. 7 years old. Damn.
Listen, so many people take some years to find their niche, so it's okay.
I feel really bad, right? I feel bad, damn. Wendy, you're gonna have to host a show right now. I'm kind of feeling looking at myself like, damn, she did it at 7. It took me 30 years. Woo. But no, that's good. I appreciate that. That's a powerful thing to hear, how you did that from childhood and then you perfected it and you're still growing. That's amazing. So Wendy, we're gonna get back to you on some of that because I want to hear some more about that and let the people know a little bit more. So let's go to my man Ryan now. In case y'all don't know, Ryan is my photographer. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm co-signing the best photographer in the whole continent of Florida, damn it. You know what I mean?
Go Gators, baby.
Oh, okay. Now his team, I got love for my bro Ryan, but I'm a Florida State fan. But anyway, you know what I mean. Hey, so Ryan, do you mind telling the people about the property of the week that you put out there and why it's the
Property of
property
the
of the week?
week.
Yeah.
Best property of the week to buy is this guy, this real estate agent. I just called me out of nowhere, Mike Jackson. Guy's great. And honestly, it's a beautiful property because it's move-in ready and it's easy to photograph, which made my job easy. And it's a beautiful home, and got a lot of traffic on it as well.
Right on, guys. And if you
Yeah.
guys don't know, he's talking about my property that he just recently took pictures of out there in Volusia County, 2801 Derby Drive in Deltona, Florida. And it was built in 2018, if you want to know. So if you want to know more about that, check me out, and we could talk off air on that. So speaking of taking some photos, Ryan,
Yeah.
how the hell can you take photos in this inconsistent weather we got in Florida with it raining, sunning, everything but snow? How the hell do you do it, man?
I mean, I might not take photographs that need, to take somebody's waistline and remove it. But when I take a photo and I need to replace the sky, it could be sunset, it could be daytime, it could be the moon, it could be anything. We add it all, and it's all done in Photoshop. Every photo that we shoot is edited in 3 different editors, as a matter of fact, Photoshop and a couple others. So
Wow.
weather really doesn't mean anything to us anymore. We can just fake it.
Wow. I love it. I wish I had that ability in real estate where I could just turn off the weather and say it's raining. I don't want to get soaked. It's too hot.
There you go.
But you guys can just do it all. That's amazing.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Eric, man, let's get over to my co-host Eric because I know he got some questions. I don't want to be the hog of the show.
Not a problem, man. So Wendy, usually there's a barrier to entry into many professions out there. It's pretty easy on real estate, some would say, but as far as getting into the staging business, I mean, what type of requirements there are need to be met to get into that business?
Believe it or not, there is no actual requirements. I mean, I took some classes just to make sure that, I was serving my clients to the best of their needs.
Right.
So I did take a staging to get accredited as a professional stager. It was for a company that travels nationwide. I signed up on the core online, and they were in the city. I took the class. I was certified, and you with that industry, you have to have a niche and have an eye. Again, like I said earlier, because every home is unique. And the point of staging as a home is to help the potential buyer picture themselves in that home.
Right.
So some properties, the way that the living rooms are shaped or certain rooms are shaped, you have to be able to put the furniture correctly so you can picture yourself in that room.
Oh, yeah. I bet you the biggest requirement is going to be having quite a bit of furniture to fill a house, right?
That too.
So now in the real estate business, we have teams and we have solo agents. How does that look for somebody in the staging business? Do they do teams and stuff? I know you said you're nationwide and all, but how does that look for you guys?
So I no longer do staging for vacant homes.
Okay.
I did do staging for 4 years when I lived in Massachusetts. And I did have a team. There was 3 of us. It's harder than people think it is. It takes a big toll on you physically,
Right.
because you have to bring the furniture in and out. So it's like moving in and out of a house all the time.
And nobody likes moving.
No.
Well, that's awesome. What do you think about that, Mike?
We could be real on this show, damn it, right? I like to keep it 114, baby. So don't you hate it when you get that call from a friend and they be like, "What do you got going on?" And it's for the sports fans, it's during football. Ryan, it's during the Florida Gators game. They call you and they be like, "Can you help me move?" No notice, no advance notice. They just ask this favor and they try to make you feel guilty.
And that's when you say I have COVID. I'm sick.
I can't be around nobody for a couple of days.
Hey,
I told all my friends, I said, "Hey, You know, after this last move was one of my buddies here a couple of years back, and I said, we're all getting too old for this stuff. We got to pay somebody to do it for us. So my
Wow.
last move, we paid somebody to do it. I wasn't doing it again, and nobody's moved since. So we're doing pretty good on that that issue. So
Man, I like what Wendy said. You know, I'm thinking of using that, and also been like, okay, if I get better in 5 days, since you're gonna wait till next week, then I got to be able to want to sell your house. Then how about that? So you're gonna pay me either way. So no, that's funny. That's hilarious.
that's awesome.
So yeah, good stuff, Wendy. Ryan, let me ask you a question as well, man. While we've been on the subject of photos and houses, when you send, like, I do business with you, so I know how you work, man. I love everything you do. But for the people that don't know, when you send them, what can they expect? Like, what is the difference between a branded and an unbranded kind of like for photography?
Yeah, well, for non-real estate agents in our viewing audience, a branded website is any website that has normal marketing information. So it will have the home address as well as the real estate agent's name, phone number, email address, and all of the social media links associated with your branding and your marketing. An unbranded tour link is what's required by a local MLS board. When you market a photo, a real estate listing, you can't use the agent's name and contact information along with the home. It has to be marketed as just the home with no other contact or way of determining who owns or who's marketing the property. So when we photograph a house and deliver finished images to a client, we give them 2 links. One for Facebook, Instagram, your website, and any marketing where you want to get your name out there, and then an individual link that's specifically for the MLS.
Wow, got you. That's huge, because a lot of people, when they get photos, well, the ones that are intelligent enough to understand they need a professional to get photos and not take it with their damn phone, right?
Yeah.
They don't really understand about that branding. So that's so cool that you pointed it out, because a lot of people see it like, well, what's this? Especially if they're new agents. So for you guys that are new, make sure you understand that and gravitate that. Thank you, Ryan, for kind of clearing that. Now, I know you do a lot of residential. Do you also work with commercial real estate as well?
We do. We do a lot of commercial real estate. We generally will do 3 or 4 commercial jobs a month. We just did one over across the street from the Florida Mall. A giant venue is being put up for sale, so we just got through photographing that.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome, because there's a lot of agents out here who do residential, but there's a few that do commercial, and I'm pretty sure commercial has just different challenges than residential.
It does. The style of photography is different. You know, with residential, you want the photos to showcase the house and make it look as desirable as possible. And in the commercial market, most buyers in that area, they just want facts. They want straightforward, plain photos, no frills. Just give me the image, show me what I'm going to buy, and let's move on. So the turnaround time's got to be faster. The quality's got to be good without spending a fortune and time per image.
Wow, that's amazing. So, and that's good to know, because when I have some commercial agents under my team, you already know who the go-to man is. So now that I got that, that's great.
I bet it's tough making a 40,000 square foot warehouse look good, right?
Yeah, it is, especially when there's no power or no lights. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's got to be tough.
Yeah, but that's what they pay me for. That's why I love what I do, because I can turn a pig into, add a little lipstick, and it's pretty pretty.
There you go. There you go. There you go. I love it. I love it. So, Miss Wendy, let me ask you this. Now, I know in your field, I mean, in my field, I have to do consultations with people. And honestly, I don't know how you feel about consultations, but I'm going to let you answer first before I give my little spiel. How do you prepare for consultations with clients?
Well, most of my new clients I get through Facebook. And I do get a lot of men trying to request consultations, trying to get a date with me. So, you know, I'm very blank and straight to the point. What I charge for a consultation, and all of a sudden they're not interested anymore.
Hey, y'all fellas out there, just let y'all know, man, she got a real brother in her corner, so don't be disrespecting my sister, but we're gonna keep it going.
you know, what's made me so successful is my business is I keep it real, just like you.
Right.
I don't sugarcoat things. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I'm very realistic.
Right.
I take jobs as small as a studio apartment to commercial businesses that I've done. So when I prepare myself to go see a client, it's just all about having the right questions. I want to make sure that I know everything about you, who lives in the home, who visits you, because I like to make sure that whatever I'm putting in your home is going to work for not just you, but whoever visits your home.
Right.
I take an accountability, liability. I have a law degree, and
Oh wow.
yeah, so I like to be very careful what I'm putting in your home. So say you don't have any kids, but you have a sister who comes with her 4-year-old, child every weekend or whatever. I'm not gonna put up a pointy, coffee table that the kid could potentially get hurt in, because I've seen people sue their own family members
Oof.
for
Jeez.
things that happen in a home.
That's that. I mean, and that if you guys ain't listening, man, y'all really better tune in, guys. Like they spitting some real gems here. But you're talking about family members suing family members.
Oh yeah, so straight out of college, when I was the first firm that I worked at,
Mhm.
remember having one person who sued their sister because their child was running through the kitchen and busted their lip on the island, a corner of the island, and lost a tooth. So they sued them
Wow.
for that.
What?
Hmm.
My goodness. So
Go ahead.
no, you go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
No, I mean,
I'm just like amazed. This
but
happens.
but why? Haven't you seen how people are these days? I mean, some girl just sued her parents for being born because she didn't ask to be born,
What?
and she won.
Let me see. Hey, mom. So I'm saying I'm amazed because my mom is actually here. So she come up here. I'm gonna be like, I was joking. I was joking. She go see the difference is my mom from the old school.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? She would slap the hell out of me if I ever think about saying that. So
Me too.
I don't know. It's a different generation. Maybe it's a young parent where you can just do that stuff. You go, hey, mom, you had me. I'm so mad. I'm finna sue you. You gonna do what? You gonna do what?
Isn't that
That's what's
crazy?
gonna happen. So I'm just surprised because I know we live in a sue culture, right? Where people will sue you over everything. I mean, all of our fields, we got to be responsible. But to think that you sue your own family member, I mean, that's just cold, you know?
Oh, it
That's
happens
damage
a
you can.
lot.
That's crazy. So, with that being said, how about your consultations? Do you have clients sometimes that are difficult during consultations? Because I know I do. I have some where I'm just like, hey, have you faced that in your respective industry as well?
Being a professional, I go into the home, I ask the questions, I feel the vibe. And I'm going to be
Right.
honest, if I feel like we're not going to work well together, I don't care how much money you have, I will walk away from the project.
Amen.
I been very blessed that all my clients have been amazing. They turn into friends actually. But I did have one consultation from an individual here in Orlando. They had I think it was like a $3 million home. And the minute I walked in, her demeanor towards me was disrespectful.
Wow.
And she kind of like shoo me off. She's like, talk to my assistant. I don't have time for this.
What?
And I was like, whoa. Yeah.
Talk to my that's like talk to the hand. Like we
Yeah.
ain't doing that.
So
That's disrespectful.
I never went back to that. It's not worth it.
Yeah. You gotta value your peace of mind over the bag.
Exactly. Exactly.
Amen to that. Amen to that, man.
Mhm.
Eric, what you think about this, man? Like what you hearing this stuff? What's going through your mind with this stuff, man?
Yeah, sometimes it's not worth working with everybody. Sometimes you have to
No.
walk away from deals just because it's going to cost you more time and headaches in the long run. So if you got a client, set your set what you want to work with, and then those clients that don't fit that model, say, look, I don't think it's going to be a good fit, because all it's going to do is turn into a bad relationship, and the next thing you know, they're bad
Exactly.
mouthing you online, and then you're getting negative reviews, and it was something that could have been avoided by just walking away in the first place. I mean, that's on to the next deal, go work with the next customer, and make sure you're not.
But know your value.
Oh yeah,
You
exactly,
know,
exactly.
know your
Right.
value.
Good point.
And no one should ever feel like they're above you, where they could disrespect you for no
Oh yeah,
reason.
no doubt, no
Great.
doubt.
Great.
Well, Ryan, got something here for you, man. You know, in this industry, we're always trying to network with everybody, and you always have to
Yeah.
be networking to meet different people and all. But how do you go about networking with realtors to kind of expand your business and bring in more clients?
18 years, I'm still asking myself that question every day. Every day. It's a hustle. You gotta work. You gotta put in the effort, even if it's an effort on Instagram or
Right?
Facebook or taking a half an hour out of your lunch and walking into a random office and just dropping off cards and
Yeah.
being friendly. You're never going to get a job unless the people know what you're doing.
Right.
So my job is to get my name out there and show people what I can do for them. And social media and the internet has made that a lot easier, but at the same time, it's also made people a lot less realistic in what's possible versus what's doable. You
Right.
know, you can put in all the effort you want, but if you're putting in the effort to somebody that just doesn't have the time or the means to warrant the time, it's just a waste, and you got to move on to the next guy. And the more you learn who in your market can pay those bills and wants to do the work that you're putting out, the better. So I try and limit the amount of sales calls I do just to the areas of town where I know real estate agents congregate.
Okay.
And then I just start talking and be myself.
Awesome.
I'm a 6'5", 400-pound almost guy. I'm pretty big and intimidating. And when I
stand
walk
out.
up, I either smile or I growl. So I'm gonna make an impression.
Awesome. Now, Wendy, I think you're about to say something. Chime in there. What did you have to say?
I think it's all about building relationship. But no matter what industry you're in, you're a salesman, because you have to sell yourself
Right.
for your business, for what you do. So
No
it's
doubt.
important to build relationship with everybody. I mean, I make sure that everywhere I go, whether it's at the butcher's or the gas station or whatever, they know who I am, because they might not need your service, but someone else they know might need your services.
Exactly. I'll always
Absolutely.
be networking, right?
Yes, always.
So, Ryan, on a side of setting expectations, what are some of the expectations realtors have that they need to be a little more educated on when hiring a professional photographer to handle their videos and their photo shoots? I mean, what's your thoughts on that, sir?
I got a few.
Let's
Well,
hear it.
you hire a photographer, but you expect a maid service. You know, it's
So
not
you
my
don't
it's
come and
not my
clean the house
job
too?
to yeah, it's not my job to make sure the room looks good before I photograph it. My job is to photograph it.
Right.
Um, I'm more than happy to help point out where things need to be moved, but when I walk into a house where they know they're selling it and they have boxes everywhere, that's just a waste of everybody's time.
Right.
You know, I don't know about how other people make their money, but time is worth more to me than anything. And if I
Now,
got to stand around for an hour waiting for people to move boxes because they couldn't do it before I got there, it's hard. It's hard to smile through that sometimes.
would it be a good thing for an agent to maybe, if they know they're going to run into a situation like that and they can't get the boxes out, obviously put them in the garage or the basement. But
Yeah,
do you ever request kind of like a quick walkthrough just to verify stuff before you come and do the shoot, or how's that work?
yeah. Well, it's a hit and miss thing. A lot of
Right,
real estate agents I deal with are great, and then all of a sudden they'll have a homeowner that just makes them not great. And you really can't get mad at a situation because I'm a representative of the real estate agent, so I'm not going to go into a property and make a fuss and give them my attitude as to why I think they're not ready.
right,
My job is to educate them, help them, and then if the real estate agent and I walk through the house originally and we feel that there's just too much to do, we'll just reschedule it. It's not worth it for me to take photos of a house and then have the homeowner or the real estate agent upset because they look dirty.
right.
So I would rather go through and make sure everything is I guess in showing condition. Just imagine these photos are going to be the exact same thing as people walking through your home in the middle of the day.
Right.
Every person that looks at these photos is going to judge you on your house. So just think of it like that. It's just like Instagram for your house.
Right.
You gotta clean. You gotta make sure the clutter's free. It's
Oh
important.
yeah. Now I'm sure, Mike, you've probably seen your fair share of homes like that, where you sign the deal, you're getting ready to go list it, and then you walk up to the house and you're like, wait 1 second, we're listing this thing today. I got my photographer coming. What do you think? I mean, have you seen that before?
Man, I've seen a whole bunch of nonsense before, man. Like, I don't even know where to start. Put it like this. I had a client one time where I told them declutter, clean, everything Ryan's talking about, do. Well, they didn't do it originally, so they finally did it. They cut the grass, thank God. So I come in there and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, there was a nice little greeter for me who was bigger than me, and he, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I ran out that door so fast. I'm like, you ain't tell me you had no pet up in here. He's like, oh, yeah, my bad. I'm coming to get it later. I'm like, my bad could have been my leg gone, bro. Like, this is an aggressive dog. So you got to really make sure, like, this is when I first started. So, like, I ask questions. Do you have a pet? Do you have 2 pets? Do you believe in aliens? Like, I ask everything to make sure I know exactly what's in that house before, I put myself in there. It's crazy.
No doubt, man.
So, Randall and Mike, we should connect because I actually offer a service to my realtors to help the sellers prepare the home to get them ready for the pictures and for open houses.
That's what's happening.
Where I help with the cluttering and things like getting walls painted, changing certain fixtures, blah, blah, blah. Stuff that you guys tell them to do, but they don't listen. The realtors will gift me as, we have an interior design and who's going to come in and help you get the house ready for the market. And for whatever reason, they listen to me, not you guys. And we get
Now,
it done.
Do you do that stuff up in Atlanta, in that market?
Well, I'm in Orlando, and I do homes in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, most of New England area. But I'll fly wherever they need me.
For the right price, right?
For the right price.
Exactly. Awesome, Mike.
Love it. Yeah. So touching a little bit back on some of the struggles that you have with realtors and trying to educate them, Ryan, do you feel like, it's realtors' job to do this thing, but like, have you ever had yourself, just kind of piggybacking off of that real quick, have you ever found yourself kind of saying, man, I've told this realtor this, and then they don't comply or they don't follow? Have you? Yeah, I just want to hit a real. You know what I mean?
Look, you can't drag a horse to water and make it drink. So I'm going to give the real estate agents my honest professional opinion. And if they don't want to put in the effort, I'm happy to choose angles in which I limit what is visible in photos. So a lot of what I do is you're able to hide a lot, and sometimes you're not. And in those situations, I just let them know. I said, okay, it is what it is. If you want us to come back, we'll come back. I recommend cleaning this up and this up, painting this wall. I think my favorite photo shoots are photo shoots where I know there's a stager's been there.
Right.
When the stager's there, I know it's going to be perfect.
Right. That's it. I mean, and that's exactly, I guess, what Wendy was just alluded to earlier, how, you have your stagers there, and that's the beauty of it. And that's the thing about real estate. We have all of these awesome fields that come together, and we're able to kind of work cohesively and, kind of get into it. So speaking of that, Wendy, what kind of goes into, I know Ryan said earlier he do like residential commercial. So how about you? Are you doing interior design with residential commercial, and how does that work?
I actually do both. I just finished designing Eola Lounge in Lake Eola in Orlando.
Nice.
I'm also designing 2 restaurants up north in Boston and in Lawrence in Massachusetts. So yeah, I dip into a little bit of everything when it comes to the real estate market.
Got you. So do you find like the residential commercial, like just total polar opposites when you're doing the interior design on them, or there are some parallels or similar? Can you talk about that, like expand on that for the people that don't know?
So with interior design, it's a little tougher because you got to think about it. This is somebody's home. They want to put their own touch, their own personal things in it. Right. So they want to be more involved in the design. And that can be difficult because some people are not realistic about budgeting, about, you know, mixing certain colors and styles together. I have a lot of issues where I have husbands and wives where one likes modern, one likes country. So I have to make them both happy with my design. Whereas
Yeah.
commercial, I present my design idea to the client, my ideas, and they, you know, they might put a little bit of their touches in it, but usually they go with whatever design I have, obviously if they like it, and they always do.
So the husband and wife have their clashes basically, like they can't agree
Oh,
on nothing.
I mean, I'm sure you see that too when you're showing houses. You
Absolutely.
know, oh, it's I've had realtors, excuse me, hire me because they have a husband and wife who've looked at 15 houses and they can't make up their mind because they're finding the littlest issues or they
Yes.
can't agree. So
Yeah.
they bring me in and I listen to what their concerns are, which are usually dumb things like, you know, color of a wall or light fixture or
Yes.
whatever. Or will this
Yes.
fit in this room? Will that fit in that room? And I come into play and I help them visualize themselves and their, you know, their ideas in that property.
Absolutely. So I'm assuming the record in your field is like mine. The wife is undefeated. I ain't seen a husband win that battle yet.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Really? Okay. Well, hey, I in mine, what she say is what's gonna go down. So
You know, it's funny. I feel like in the interior design, I feel like men want to be more involved with picking out decor and colors than women are.
wow. Wow. Okay. That's
Mhm.
what's up.
My toughest clients have been men.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm a little shocked to hear that. I would think, you know, men don't care. Just get my stuff here, get my stuff there. But wow.
No.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Right.
So Wendy, I know I asked Ryan this about networking, but so how do you go about finding new realtors to work with, or kind of expanding your business? You know, to get them to help stage in those properties. What's your go-to route for that?
So right now I'm mainly focusing on interior design, decor, um, you know, organizing, helping flippers building new homes and whatnot. But I find all my new clients on Facebook. They find me actually. I have a lot of followers. People share my work a lot.
Awesome.
I do go to a lot of networking events. And like I said, it's all about building relationship. Because if you go to a networking event and you know, you meet a couple people and they like your personality, they like the ideas you have or whatnot, they're not gonna forget you.
Right.
And they're gonna tell the next person about you. And I post a lot. I do a lot of live videos. I've asked my clients in the past, like, why did you choose me? You know, when I'm in another state and you're flying me here to do the work. And they said it's my personality. They're like, I watch the videos, I watch all the stuff you post. I feel like I know you. So I'm comfortable having you in my home.
That's awesome. Good personality, good reputation goes a long way, right?
Yes.
Heck yeah. What you think on that, Mike?
You know, reputation is everything, especially in real estate. Referrals, open, you know, mouth type things is based on reputation. So that's how a lot of agents do their business. So yeah, I agree. You know, Ryan, I meant to ask you this too, man. And before I slip my mind, I'm getting old. So, so when you're doing the photos, and I know the answers to this, right? But I want the people who don't know about your services that's watching for the first time, or they missed the first show that you were on, to kind of know more about your services, because I honestly want to see other beautiful entrepreneurs that I got on here succeed. Like I'm all about
Thank you,
taking
man.
my local people, Miss Wendy out here, you know, my man Ryan, Eric, all of y'all on here, Randall. I want to see the local people have a platform and have a voice, because I don't know about y'all. I'm tired of watching these millionaires who I'll never see unless we pay them to go to their, you know, events, and then we hear them speak after we fall asleep and don't retain nothing but 5%, and we go home like, yeah, I just met such and such, but I don't know what I learned. You know what I mean? I want to get some real people who really in the streets like this, because 90% of the people that can relate to us more than these 10%ers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for your services, you have drones, right? How does that work with the photos? You don't just show up and take a photo and then bounce, right? You got, what else do you do with that, like with drones?
We do drones, we do aerial photos, we do aerial videos, we do aerial 360 photos where we can label different parts of the image and post it on social media and give you guys different ways of generating views. We do walkthrough videos, we do night shots, we do time-lapse night shots. So if you've got like a landscape lighting or a beautiful sunset, we can be out there for a couple hours and film the whole thing and then put it into a 10-second clip. We do floor plans, we do Matterport scans, a lot of virtual reality stuff. We do eye guides, another format of 3D virtual reality stuff. And we even do 360 camera stuff where, you know, if you've got a giant open area like pastures and stuff like that, we do 360-degree panos. So
Wow.
we can document your property any way you want, digitally, video. We print photos too, man. We do it all.
Awesome, man. Awesome stuff.
Awesome.
So with the drone and the footage and all that
Yeah.
stuff, is there like when you have an aerial view, does it show like, you know, do you think that drones, as far as like the way they show the aerial view, like community pools, backyards, is that something advantageous for a person selling?
I think it's a great view. It gives everybody a bird's eye view of the landscaping, the roof. It's great for people that have giant pastures that want to show it without making it look like it's just a field of grass. You know, it's just it's another tool to show a different perspective. And I think of it as a wireless remote tripod. I can put my camera anywhere and take photos, and it's a very powerful thing. I love doing it.
Right.
I actually prefer to photograph with my drone outside just because the landscape views are so much better. I mean, here in Central Florida, we got lakes, green golf courses, and the beach. It's amazing.
Exactly. Yeah, I wanted to touch a little bit more into that because everybody says, well, I know what a drone does, so what's special about that? But they don't see the value of the quality of how it makes that house look with the golf course, the pool. Like, you can see that from aerial. That's powerful.
It's great. I mean, it gives you a different advantage that you're never going to see from the ground naturally. And that helps showcase the landscaping because, you know, curb appeal is everything. You know, if the house doesn't look good from right when you pull up, who's going to want to walk in?
Yeah.
You know, so that first photo, that gets somebody off of Facebook and gets your call or that text, that's the photo that we want, and that's what I provide.
Right on. Right on. That's good stuff. Thank you.
I love what I do, man. It's a lot of fun.
Now, do you post that stuff up on YouTube, or where do you usually post it?
No, the drone videos and the drone photos that I do, there's so much regulation with copyrights, and then I don't want to deal with a neighbor getting upset because I was hovering over their property, and even though I'm legally allowed to do it, it's just not worth the hassle. So everything that I provide that directly to the real estate agent, and then they upload it and use the social media stuff they want and market it however they want.
I got you. Awesome. Well, Wendy, so we know we got a lot of opportunities for residential staging, but on that commercial, so you do a lot on the restaurants and stuff. You know, when I was thinking commercial, I keep thinking warehouse and stuff like that. And that's probably tough to do something like that, but you do quite a bit of restaurants.
So I do restaurant. I've done an MRI center here in Orlando. I've done mortgage office, real estate offices, nail shops. I mean, I've done a bunch of different commercial businesses.
Yeah,
staging for a warehouse.
Virtual staging, right?
That's pretty impossible. But I think it's important that you have lighting. You mentioned there was no lighting in there.
Right.
That's difficult.
Your own lighting and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's tough.
You know, I like a challenge. It's fun to turn something that everybody thought was going to look bad and make everybody go, wow.
I'm the same way. You gotta stand out.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So Wendy, let me ask you a real meat and potatoes question here. Just, you know, your boy Mike got to do it. Let's get it. I know you got that Boston swagger, right? So, what about, you know, people that come to you, and I'm pretty sure entrepreneurs hear this all the time. Hey, Wendy, you know me, we went to high school together. Can I get a discount? Can you hook me up a little bit for the services you got? How you deal with those type of people? Because I've actually had people ask me to take off my commission because we homeboys and stuff. And I'm like, bruh, like, I got I don't know what you think this is, but this ain't the candy that I used to sell to you in 4th grade. This is a real business. Like, how do you handle that when someone comes to you that you know well?
Well, I keep it 100%,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm from Boston,
Yep.
so we keep it real.
Yep.
And I tell you straight out, would you go to the doctor's office and ask him for a discount?
Right. Right on.
So why would you ask me for a discount?
You
To
know,
me, it's an insult.
I
I
love
know
all
my
your
value. I know my worth.
yeah.
I'm not giving you a discount. If you
Damn
can
right.
afford me, I don't know what to tell you.
I love all your medical references and analogies. So I'm taking notes here. You know, first you said due to COVID. Now you like, would you go to the doctor and ask for a discount? I'm taking notes. I'm finna use this stuff, by the way. So yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it happens. You know.
Hey, you gotta keep it real, people. If they're gonna come up and try to devalue your business by telling you that, you know, you're worth less than what you are, then you gotta tell them how it is.
Right on. Right on. I mean, it's important because I tell people all the time too, to add on to what you're saying. I didn't get into this business with a discount. So I don't know why you expect me to give discounts. It's not how that works. I'm an entrepreneur. So my value is what I'm bringing to you. You know, if you want a discount, then you're going to have to, you know, then you shouldn't be complaining about anything then, because that's what they do. They love to ask for a discount, and then they got an opinion about how something should have been done. I'm like, man. But anyway, that's another
You know
show
what's
for another day.
crazy? It's the ones that you do give a better deal to or a discount, the ones that end up being you're
The
worth
worst.
buying.
Yes. That's exactly where
And
I
they
was
don't
going.
appreciate what you did for them.
Nothing.
Nah.
They don't even be like, thank you. And then they got the audacity to act, you know, like not even refer you. You just hooked them up and gave them customer service. And I think a lot of that has to do, with people taking the relationship for granted through business and not understanding the value that you bring.
But you know, that brings a good point too when it comes to like family and friends.
Right.
I come up from a huge family. I mean, my grandmother alone had 16 kids.
Right.
So you can imagine the cousins and so on that I have on Facebook, and no one reposts my stuff. You know, gives me any marketing on Facebook. None of them. Not your friends, not your family. Very rarely do you see anybody that I know actually, you know, giving you some hype on social media. It's sad, but they're the first ones that want a discount.
Yeah, that like the funny thing is it costs $0 to share someone's business and say, hey, Wendy does this, Wendy does that, you know, but then you guys want to go and ask for a discount. It's mind-boggling to me, you know, and it happens. It happens.
It's crazy. But I keep it real. When they come and say, oh, I said, when's the last time you posted me on your Facebook account?
Yep.
Or send me a referral.
Yep.
No.
Right on.
So speaking of top dollar for everything, Ryan, this one's for you, man.
Yeah.
What's some recommendations for, you know, when working with clients, things that you recommend to get max value when you're taking photos? I mean, what's some of the biggest things that you see there in the houses?
Oh, biggest things, clutter on the counter surfaces.
Okay.
You know, just
so clear the countertops. That's
yeah.
typical.
Use your cabinets to store your items, not your countertops. You know, that's the biggest thing. Really, I don't know. I mean, there's so many different situations that can happen, but the biggest one's probably clutter. That and you know, if you're a smoker, hide your ashtrays. If you have pets, hide your pet food dishes and your pet beds. You don't want to tell anybody that you've got cigarette smell or pet smell in your house. You know, that's another big one.
You know what you got? What's your tip, Wendy? Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So to deal with clients like that, what you want to tell them is they're selling their house. So they're going to have to pack their valuables and their stuff away anyways because they're gonna be leaving. So I would suggest that they pack everything that they're not using on a daily basis. You know, all that should be packed and put it away. And then they should stand in the doorway of each room and view it as a potential buyer. So if you're a potential buyer and you're looking in a room and you see clutter, too much furniture, personal items, those are all things that should be taken out.
Yeah, oversized furniture is big too. When they try and
yeah.
squeeze a king size bed into a double sized bedroom, yeah, that's not
Which
good.
is the worst thing they can do because you're trying to sell a house, you want the rooms to look larger.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I've told people to remove those beds and just put an air mattress with sheets and a comforter over top of it.
Yep.
No one can tell the difference in a photo.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they can usually actually use 4 plastic like bins
Yeah.
to hold the air mattress out, put a blanket over it, it looks like a regular bed. That's what
Yeah.
we do when we do stage.
That's
Oh yeah.
awesome.
You know, I made the mistake of sitting on one of those one time. That was not fun.
No,
Oh man. So Ryan, I know you probably get this all the time, but you know, for somebody just wanting to get started in this business, you know,
Yep.
obviously they need a camera. But what's your go-to brand on something like that? I mean, I get Nikon, Canon, Sony are like the top 3 I usually hear. But what's your advice on that?
You know what? If somebody that has never taken photos before wants to start doing real estate photography, probably a Canon or a Nikon consumer camera, like maybe a $300 or $400 camera is good enough to start now. Technology's gotten so good. Cameras just get better every year. And what changes is not really the camera, it's the editing software you use.
Right.
You know, if I would say for a photographer that wants to start out now, spend more time editing and less time photography, taking photos. Learn how to Photoshop, learn how to adjust your images to get the most effective photo out of the camera that you take.
Gotcha, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the final cuts are done on the computer, not in the house, right?
Yeah, I mean, it takes too long to take photos on site now. Just
Yeah.
you know, like I can take the same photo in 5 seconds versus 15 minutes with an old system. So, you know, that's the trade-off. The technology gets better and it gets easier to do, which makes you faster, but you know, more people think they can take good photos now.
Oh yeah.
So, you know,
What do you think on that,
you gotta
Mike?
compete with everybody.
Time to go buy a camera, right?
Man,
Go and shadow Ryan for the day.
you got to. I mean, it's
Oh,
very
man.
needed. It's very needed. You know, hire the professionals that specialize in their fields. You know, I always tell people that all the time. Wendy, let me ask you a question too on this subject with in your field. Is there anything in your field that you think needs improvement that you feel like people who are in your field talk about on the low? Like I know in real estate world, we talk about stuff on the low, but nobody wants to talk about it publicly because they're like, oh, I just want to be this nice brand. But on the low, we be like, man, I ain't showing you no house if you ain't pre-approved. Y'all got stuff that y'all talk about in your field that, you know what I mean? It's like you think needs to improve.
I think it's just being more honest to people about being realistic about a budget. You know,
Right.
people they want to bring a pinstrick picture and say, I want my room to look like this, but they don't have the funds for it.
Right.
And I think a lot of people are scared to tell their clients, you know, to be realistic about a budget or how much something's going to actually cost. Not me. I'll tell you straight out. You know, if I think that your budget is 5,000 and it's going to cost 10, I'm going to tell you straight out.
Right.
It's you got to be more realistic.
Yeah. You got to set expectations from the beginning because if you don't, it comes back to bite you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do it with my clients, especially in this ever-changing market with rates going up and down, fluctuating. I tell them straight up, like, okay, if you want to overprice your house, it's going to risk sitting on the market longer than it should.
No, and to me, when I'm doing a room, it's not just about going in, getting done, and taking your money. I want to feel like you're really gonna enjoy that space, and
Right.
you're gonna get the most that you know, you paid all this money to redo the whole room. I want you to be able to use it, enjoy it. So I'm realistic in some things too. Like I had one client, she wanted the whole living room white. She's like, I want white couches, white carpet, white everything. I told her absolutely not. I'm not doing it because she had 3 children under the age of 7.
Wow.
I'm like, I'm not gonna do a whole white living room so you can call me in 3 months and say to me, well, why did you talk to me? Why did you allow me to do this? It's disgusting now, you know, because the kids are gonna destroy that. So I'm realistic. Wow. I'll tell you, if it's not meant for that room, I'm not doing it.
Right on, right on. So we are almost approaching the end of our show. I can't believe an hour went by this fast. It feels like 5 minutes every time. I got y'all beautiful guests on here. So before we wrap it up a little bit, real quick, for the people as an outro, do you guys have any pro tips that you have? You know, for this is a question for both of you. Do you have any pro tips to give somebody who's aspiring to be the next Wendy, the next Ryan? You got anything, advice for these young whippersnappers out there?
Do what makes you uncomfortable. Do what makes you uncomfortable. Be nervous, be scared, be afraid. Don't just talk yourself out of not following through. That's a big deal.
Powerful.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Wendy?
For me, is be yourself. Being myself in social media, especially because that's how I get my business. You know, it makes people more comfortable to want to work with you. Be honest with your clients as to what to expect, budgeting, and research, because you know styles are changing all the time. So I'm constantly self-teaching myself new styles, new colors, and so on.
Right. And that's powerful what you both said. Thank you so much for sharing that. It needs to be said because being your authentic self is contrary to fake it till you make it. There are a lot of people preaching fake it till you make it, but they're not talking about being an authentic self. And we're getting away from that. So I'm so glad you said that. And same thing with you, Ryan. You know, you're talking about being uncomfortable. And that's a problem. A lot of people want to stay in the same zip code, but they want the benefits of a new residence.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't stay in the same zip code. You got to move. You know, if you lived in the South your whole life and you're complaining about it's too damn hot, we're going to go up to Boston. Wendy know all about it up there. It gets cold, right? But then when you get there, it gets too cold. But then when you get there, you're like, man, I miss, you know, having Christmas and barbecue and Christmas, you know, with my shorts on because of hot weather and I got beaches. I can go surfing or whatever. And that's the thing. We got to learn how to be uncomfortable to get those results, because some people run away from challenges. That's the nature of the business. So if there's anything else that you two want to say to the people that we didn't discuss, or that you want to get out there for your brand to kind of help promote you, any way to contact you, Ryan, how about you, man? You have anything you want to let the people know if they want to get a hold of you and talk about your brand as an outro?
Thank you, man, for having me. It's always fun hanging out and talking with you guys and ladies. Just hit us up on imaginethatphotography.com, imaginethatpics.com, and on Facebook, Imagine That Orlando. And our turnaround time is 24 hours, and we'll get your house sold faster, guaranteed.
Right on. And Miss Wendy, how can the people get a hold of you if y'all wanted to get the best? Let me tell y'all something, damn it. I got the best photographer. And I got the best interior designer, exterior designer, the whole designer, baby, right here on this show in Florida. And if you think I'm joking, go check their resume and portfolio and tell me who got it like them. Wendy, how can the people get a hold of you if they want to get some business?
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
They can reach me on Instagram at Wennivill Designs, or on Facebook at Wennivill Designs, or they can reach me via phone at 508-579-7484.
Right on, guys.
I travel. So no matter where you are in the US, I can come to you.
She travels, guys. So the price got to be right now. All right. So make sure it's like the TV show. The price is right. It's got to be right. Don't come with no $1 bids.
Yes.
Y'all, look, man, y'all. I'm saying that because if you know why they're laughing, because we're all from the '80s era. You young, if you're a young millennial, you're like, Price is Right. What is he? Is he talking about Steve Harvey on Family Feud?
What is that?
No, I'm talking about Bob Barker. Price is Right. There's some classic show. Y'all got some education more than just real estate just now. Go back and watch some history.
You know what I was thinking of today? Remember, I don't know how old you are, but I'm back from when phone numbers were just 7 digits.
Yes. No area code.
No, I remember when Atlanta changed. Everyone was mad about that.
Yeah. I remember when we had the big, I remember when we had
rotary phone.
Yeah, and we used to, you know what I mean?
Do forever to make a phone call.
Yeah.
If you call 911, you're dead.
You're done. I remember when the payphone, look, I was just talking about this with my Terminex guy earlier. If you ask somebody who's in their 20s how they hold a phone, they're going to say like this. You ask somebody who's in their late 30s, 40s up, they're going to say like this. You know what I mean? We actually had a different type of phone. We would have TVs with the knobs, we didn't have all these
and the antennas.
And the antennas, you had to hit the antenna.
Yeah.
We had Nintendo cartridges where you put it under your shirt and blow it when it gets stuck. I mean, this is our time, man. And I think because I don't care. Hey, Randall, if you can edit this out if you want, I'm gonna say it, damn it. You millennials,
live, man. We don't edit.
You millennials, y'all missed out on the 80s. And your life, you missed out on everything, man, because I'm gonna tell you what we have over y'all. Y'all might got all this fancy technology, but we have a work ethic. We drink water out the hose, man. That's what my era comes from. You guys are getting Starbucks, okay? We come from the mud. We got a work ethic that you guys don't have.
Outside.
We played outside. Yeah. While y'all on your phones all day, we played outside. That's why we're innovative. Look at how good these young people look on this show, and they're still doing their thing while you guys are depending on technology. If your phone dies, you die. We know how to survive. You know what I mean? We didn't have cell phones in middle school. All right. We didn't have a cell phone. We had pagers, right? Pagers. We had to actually go to someone's house and see if they want to play a video game. And I know y'all like, what's this got to do with real estate? It's got everything to do with real estate because you got to have land to own this stuff to do this stuff. So I'll just get my little 2-minute rant on because I had a group of kids. Kids get on my nerves. I don't know about y'all. They be getting on my nerves, man. Kids get on my nerves. I be wondering. I'm like, so.
They're too privileged.
They're too privileged. I remember a while back when Miami Vice, the remake movie came out. I'm a huge Miami Vice fan from the original. And these group of kids was like, oh, man, Miami Vice. I was like, yeah, they got Crockett Tubbs. It's like, how do you know about that? I'm like, what you mean how I know about that? I grew up on the original. The kids try to tell me that this is brand new.
It's brand new, man.
And I'm debating with some 8-year-old spoiled brats about Miami Vice. I had to be pulled to remind myself that they're 8 years old. They don't know anything. I'm a grown man. Like, you don't know about Miami Vice? How you gonna tell me? What?
Oh man,
it's just crazy. Yeah, but it's a different generation today, and the fact that all of you guys we all came from that same cloth, from the old school as we call it now. To today, it's amazing how you guys are adjusting to the times while you have that work ethic. So you have that balance that's unique. So when people are coming out here talking about young millennials are way more, irreplaceable, I'm just want to make it clear, we are the generation that's irreplaceable, damn it, because we got a little bit of old school and we can adapt and do what you do. You can't live without a cell phone like we can. Just remember that.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know. It's tough to live without a cell phone.
It is. But
I'm not going that far, Mike.
It is tough, but we would manage at least two days before they would. Yeah. They would kill themselves in 2 hours, bro. Yeah. They would be shot. We can at least go 1 to 2 days. We could do that. I think we can. But hey, honestly, guys, thank you guys so much for joining the show. We done ran this course for an hour.
Thank you, man.
So make sure you guys
episode 5 in the books.
Episode 5 in the books. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the like, the subscribe button. Hit it all, and we'll stay tuned. We got another hot episode coming up next. Thank you guys.
All right,
awesome.
man.
Thank you for being on. We'll see you on the next one.